You're watching the January edition of the Library Roadshow, everything you need to know about your local library system. In addition to sharing signature events and new resources, we like to keep you informed about what's going on behind the scenes. So from time to time, Assistant Library Director for Branch Services, Patricia Husband, joins me for a renovation update. Okay, Patricia, I've heard the expression phase two an awful lot over the last couple of weeks. What is happening out at Greenwell Springs?
Well, we completed phase one and have been in there since the end of August. That area has new study rooms. It has has space for more computers. It has some beautiful new restrooms that don't even have doors.
It's airport style, isn't it?
It's airport style,
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier to get into. And we have a new water fountain that will fill your water bottle
that's
and
the
count
bomb.
the number of bottles you've saved.
That is really cool, too.
So, yes, people have enjoyed it.
It looks so light and fresh. People are enjoying the colors, the new carpet.
They're just enjoying the space in general, and it's nice to have the small study rooms because people do come in and use them on a regular basis.
Sure, just like here at the main library.
Exactly.
Okay, so what's left? Basically, everybody moved into the newly finished phase one space, and they're working on the phase two space. What's involved in all that?
The phase two space is primarily children's and teens. So we're going to have a new teen area that's separate and apart from the other
wonderful.
areas.
Everybody wants that.
Yes, it's really going to be nice. And the teens will have their own program rooms, their own lounging space. We have some cool furniture that we selected
just like
for
here
them.
At Maine.
Yes, exactly. The children will have a really nice space, and we'll have a special space for toddlers, and we'll have some a nice program room for story times and crafts with beautiful colors. We have colors above, we have colors below, we have colors in the flooring, and I think they're just going to really enjoy it. It's going to be an updated version. We're going to have more computers, and we're going to have just lovely furniture and great shelving.
I love that. So what's the timeline for final completion for the Greenwell Springs Road Regional Branch Library?
Well, they're estimating that we'll be completed with phase two around the end of February, and then we have the middle to take care of.
Oh, yes,
And
the business part.
The business part,
Yeah.
the lobby. But, and I forgot to mention this, our meeting room, our large meeting room, should be available sometime by the end of this month, the end of December.
End of December. We'll be using it in January.
Yes,
right.
We'll be using it in January, and so that's a wonderful new addition. We just did the punch list
Right, I've already walked through it.
So it's going to be ready before phase two is finished.
And of course, power and data everywhere.
Yes, lots of power, lots of data, lots of new places for people to work and study in. So our furniture is going to be installed at the very end of the project, and that way we'll have some really updated furniture that fits the way people work and study today.
So by the time we start the summer reading club, it's going to be jamming over there, won't it?
I expect it will.
Now, rolling over to the south side of the parish, what is going on at Jones Creek?
Well, at Jones Creek, we just finished moving into phase one. So we've got lots of shelves put in a very much smaller space. It's incredibly cozy.
Yes.
And we do have some study rooms that we have available for patrons. So we had about 5 or 6 or 7 study rooms. Not all of them are available for patrons right now because we have to have some space for the staff, but we have 2 or 3 that are available right now for patrons to use. We have a new space for additional computer training, but our computers have not arrived yet.
It'll happen.
And we've got some beautiful acrylic, twisty, decorative areas that patrons really loved when we showed them, and so they'll be installed soon. We've got a new print release station. We've got more computers, or space for more computers at this time.
So they'll be coming.
That all will be coming.
And what's the overall timeline for the Jones Creek project? Because they've just started phase two. They've just rolled in, temporary porta potties, but fancy. They've crammed everybody into the completed phase one side, and they're just going to rip through phase two. But it's going to take a while, won't it?
It will take a while. We We're thinking 10 months,
Okay.
but I would say give it a couple of months either side. If things get really rolling, they might be finished a little bit earlier. Chances are there will be some unexpected things.
There always
just
are.
because we've got an existing building.
Sure.
So we're thinking closer to 11, maybe 12, but we hope to be in there before then.
Okay. Well, I want to remind people that the details for these plans are all available online at our website, ebrpl.com. You can see the info guide. You can see the plans before and after. And every now and then we throw in a few new pictures. But why have you planned this in phases at all? That's a question that I get a lot.
Well, part of the reason we planned it in phases is because we want to continue to remain open.
There you go.
People still like to come and visit their library. And in fact, when I looked at the gate counts for Jones Creek, they had decreased a little, but not as much as I
Right.
would have anticipated.
Right. People want to go where they're used to going.
Right. So the thing to remember in this phase 2 is that the large meeting rooms will not go away at Jones Creek. We will still have those in addition to the small study rooms. People have asked me that.
Mhm.
The second thing is we do have temporary outside restrooms.
Mhm.
They are trailer restrooms, not porta potties.
No, they're deluxe.
So and we do appreciate the public's patience with that.
Right. It's great. So a lot of things to come, a
Yes.
lot of blueprints to go through, and I know it won't be long before you'll be gearing up for the next project in the capital renovation timeline.
That is true.
After the break, Shanna Forrestal plus book reviews with one of our younger library patrons. All that and more coming up next on the Library Roadshow.